Okay, so the next build I'm going to do is going to be the thief build, which is the rogue. So let's take you through this one here. And this is thief only, okay? So you can choose your gender, whichever you want, male or female. We're going to go with Varani because we get lock picking and we get detect hidden and we get mercantile, but we're mainly into lock picking and detect hidden there really grabs my attention, okay? So we're going with this one right here, the Varani for this, alright? Our god is going to be the god of death, critical hit damage, and chance to critical hit is the one that we're going to take. We have many other ones that we could do, but we're a thief, so we're sticking with, like, that kind of idea, right? Okay. And this is all for time's sake that I'm doing it like this, so I'll talk about the skills later, and the abilities are all going to be in finesse only. Talk about all this later. Quests, you can do the main quest, but the only faction you can join is the Travelers, which are the Thieves Guild, okay? In this game is the Travelers, okay? The only time that you can join another faction is if you don't have a choice because of the main story, okay? Then you can do that, but you don't want to break character, you want to stay in character, then you're just joining the Travelers, okay? Side quests and tasks you can do as long as it stays within your parameter. Remember, you're a thief, so you're going around picking pockets, lock picking, that kind of stuff, right, okay? Alright, so we'll get into all this later. Yeah, we're good here, okay? So, let's load in a character here and see what you do as a thief. And then we'll go from there, okay? And I will make different plays for all these different characters. There's a lot of them I got listed here, And yeah, this game allows you for a lot of versatility. I mean, it's just amazing what you can do with this game, right? It's incredible what you can do with this game. I highly recommend it because there's so much versatility compared to the Elder Scrolls series and Skyrim and that. I'm not bashing on it. Great game, don't get me wrong. But this is the thing, okay? So we're going to be level capping ourselves because right off the bat, we are going to be a rogue only. We're not going any higher. So this means we go from level 1 to level 10 because when we hit level 11, we become something different entirely. So the thief is a rogue and it goes all the way to 10 but doesn't go past that, so you're hard capped at 10 for your skills, okay? So you're hard capped at 10. You only get 10 skills, alright? So what are your skills? That would be here, okay? So finesse, you only get 10 points into this. Okay, so we got to be careful because you're a thief, right? So about the only thing you're going to spec into here is your daggers because you're not into anything else, okay? Alright, we're not into shadow magic, we're not poisons, we're not laying traps like that. We're not that kind of a build. We're just, okay, in this, all you do, just listen to me, all you're doing here is daggers, that's it. Get your daggers up to full, everything else is 0, okay? Alright? Now, the next thing that we're going to do is our skills. Now, because you're a thief, here's what you're at. Detect hidden, lock picking, and stealth. So stealth and lock picking come first because you're a thief, right? Okay? So lock picking and stealth come first. Then comes detect hidden if you got nothing else to go into, okay? Remember, you're a thief, so you can detect hidden stuff because you're used to the environment, right? Because that's how you steal, but you need lock picking up there, and you need stealth up there to stay hidden. The longer this is, the longer you stay hidden, okay? And lock picking, the better you are at lock picking, and then detect hidden, the better are you at detecting hidden stuff, right? Okay, makes sense. So it goes 1, 2, 3 in that order, okay? Alright, and that's the way you're going to level up your character with this and nothing else, okay? Remember, you're hard leveled at 10 points, okay? So once you get to that point there with this, that's it. The rogue, okay? That's it. That is your thief. So there you go. 10 points. You're not into killing or anything like that. Now, let's do something else here. story and quests and all that. Where did I find that before? I know it's here. There we go. Manual. Okay, so here's the things that you can do in terms of quests and that, right? We already did the gods and that. Okay, so already did all that. So you can do the main quest and the travelers, because that's the Thieves Guild, okay? You can do side quests and tasks as long as it doesn't break your character, okay? The only time you can break character is in the main story if it requires you to, like, go to the House of Ballads, okay? Then you can go to the House of Ballads, okay? Or the House of Sorrows or whatever. But outside of the main story, side quests and tasks and things like that, you can only do things that involve stealing, okay? Makes sense, right? You're a thief, right? So that's it, and that's where you're hard capped. It's going to say level up in that, but don't level up. It'll be above the inventory button, okay? There'll be another category called level up. Don't once you hit the cap, okay? And the cap is 10 points, okay? So once you get 10 into finesse, you're done, okay? And finesse is here, okay? Once you get 10 points into here, you don't go any higher, okay? So if you got 6, that's it, then that's it, okay? You don't put in any more, right? Because all we're doing is daggers here. We're not doing anything else, right? Okay. If you have to, you could go into weaponry, right? Okay. With daggers, you could do this. You could spec this up to 4, right? Because that's it. You don't want to go any higher. So if you get stuck leveling, you can go into Weapon Mastery 1 and, you know, a little bit into Weapon Mastery 2 because of your daggers. You see daggers and fairy blades? So that would go with this, okay? Alright, so you got daggers, and then you got Weapon Mastery 1 and a little bit into this, only 1 point, okay? Because you only get 10 points. So 6 here, 3 here, and 1 here, and you're done. That's your character, period, okay? And if you have anything else, go see a Fate Weaver, reset your character if you make any mistakes. You're done, okay? Alright, your character's done, okay? And I don't think you can do smoke because you need 35 points, and we don't get that many, we only get 10. So that's it, guys. I mean, that it is what it is, right? You know, okay, we're not an assassin. You know what I mean? Okay. Alright. This requires, like, what do we need here to do this? Lunges past foes. No, you're not like that. No, yeah, no. You're not into any of this stuff. Okay, so that's it. It's daggers and weapon proficiency 1, all of it, and just 1 point in this, and that's your character. You're done. Then you're hard capped there. When you see above inventory level up, just don't hit it. You can go in here, right? It's going to show in the bottom left-hand corner, level up. That's your options button. Don't worry, because that's how you get to everything. Just don't hit the level up button once you get to 10, okay? Don't go any higher, guys, okay? Don't cheat, you know? You don't want to go any higher than 10, all right? And then that's going to cap your character, and it is what it is. Now, if the game becomes too hard, then you can dummy down the difficulty level, but I would suggest not doing that. I would try to do, you know, it. And you can buy in-world gear and that kind of stuff, too. But there's your character. Pretty straightforward and simple, right? That's probably the easiest character to make in the game is the thief, you know? Because all he does is steal everybody's stuff, you know? There's not much to him, all right? So there's your thief explained. Let me just find it here so I can do it. And that's the rogue card right there. That's the only one that you're taking is the rogue card, okay? And you're not going to go any higher than that, okay? All right, you're not going to take the next card, all right? All right, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you in the next video.